Hello and welcome to Study Digital. Before we begin, I would like to read out the small quote by René Descartes. You never know what is enough unless you know what is more than enough. So now you'll have a picture displayed on your screens. You all can see there are two kids playing in the garden outside their building. They're playing badminton. So while they're playing, they have a visitor. An old man comes to them and asks them, "Hey kids, Datta Bhau lives here, doesn't he?" So the boy replies, "Yes, on the second floor." And the girl says, "See that window, that is his flat." So this causes some kind of confusion. And the old man asks, "But there are 6 windows on the second floor. It could be any one of them where Datta Bhau lives." So in response, the boy says, "His window is on the third one from the left on the second floor." The girl justifies saying, "Yes, he is right, uncle." So this clarifies all the confusion of the old man, and he thanks the kids and goes to visit Datta Bhau. So what do you all observe here? What exactly happened and how was the confusion caused cleared by the boy? So let us have a look. It did not suffice to give only the floor number to locate the house. That is, giving the second floor was not enough. Its serial number from left or from right was also needed to be given. That is, the third one from the left. 2 numbers had to be given in a specific sequence. That is, one from the second from the ground, and the second number was given, that is third from the left. So these 2 ordinal numbers were given. The boy's description of the location of Datta Bhau's house was in fact based on the most basic concept of coordinate geometry. So today we'll be discussing the chapter Coordinate Geometry from Mathematics Part 2. So let us begin. We will look at what is coordinate geometry, what are axes, origin and quadrants. We will also see what do we mean by coordinates of a point in a plane and coordinates of points on the axis. And lastly, we'll have a look at how to plot the points of given coordinates. René Descartes, whose quote I read in the beginning, a French mathematician of the 17th century, proposed coordinate system to describe the position of a point in a plane accurately. It is called as the Cartesian coordinate system. The word Cartesian is derived from his name. The Cartesian coordinate system is the foundation of analytical geometry. He used algebra for the study of geometry and proposed that a point in a plane can be represented by an ordered pair of real numbers. What are real numbers? The numbers that are found on a number line, which includes all the positive and negative numbers, all the large and small numbers, as well as whole numbers and decimal numbers. This ordered pair is the Cartesian coordinates of a point. Coordinate geometry is used in a variety of fields such as physics, engineering, nautical science, seismology, and art. It plays an important role in the development of technology in GeoGebra, that is, a dynamic and easy to use mathematics software. Now let us have a look at what are axes, what is an origin, and what are quadrants. We could give the location of Datta Bhau's house using 2 ordinal numbers. So as we discussed, the boy said his house is on the second floor and his window was the third one from the left. Similarly, the location of a point can be fully described using its distances from 2 mutually perpendicular lines. So the mutually perpendicular lines is important. To locate a point in a plane, a horizontal number line is drawn in a plane. This number line is called as the x-axis. So you all see here we have this plane, right? This square, you all can assume it as a plane. So first we draw a horizontal line, and this horizontal line is nothing but our x-axis. Another number line intersecting x-axis at point marked marked O, and perpendicular to the x-axis is the y-axis. So we draw another line in the plane which is perpendicular to the x-axis and intersects the x-axis at this point O. So we have our x-axis, which is the horizontal line, and we have a y-axis which is perpendicular. That is, it intersects the x-axis at an angle of 90 degrees. Generally, the number 0 is represented by the same point on both the number lines. This point is called as the origin and is shown by the letter O. So this is our origin. It is indicated by point O or alphabet O and the number 0. On the x-axis, positive numbers are shown on the right of O and negative numbers are shown on the left. So as we can see here, the x-axis is divided into two parts by the point O. On the right, we have all the positive numbers, and on the left, we have all the negative numbers. On the y-axis, positive numbers are shown above O and negative numbers are shown below it. So again, the point O divides the y-axis into two parts. On top of O, we have all the positive numbers, and below O, we have all the negative numbers. As shown in the figure alongside, the quadrants are numbered anti-clockwise. So, the plane is also divided into 4 quadrants by the two axes. That is the first quadrant, which is here, the second quadrant, the third quadrant, and the fourth quadrant. So, we have 4 quadrants here, and they are always follow the anti-clockwise pattern. We will never write the quadrants in clockwise manner. So, it is very important that you always number the quadrants anti-clockwise. The points on the axis are not included in the quadrants. So, we have all these points here, 1, 2, 3 and minus 1, 2, 3, and then on the y-axis we have 1, 2, 3 here and minus 1, 2, 3 here. So, these points, they are always on the axis and they will never be considered as points that lie in any of the quadrants. Now, let us have a look at the coordinates of a point in a plane. So, we have a figure here. Let us discuss. The point P is shown in the plane determined by x-axis and y-axis. So, we have a point here, that is P. Its position can be determined by its distance from the two axes. So, in order to find its position, we will have to calculate how far it is from x-axis and how far it is from y-axis. To find these distances, we draw a segment PM perpendicular to x-axis and segment PN perpendicular to y-axis. So, in order to locate the point P, we need to do two things. First, from point P, we need to draw a segment towards the x-axis which intersects the x-axis at a certain point. So, from P, we draw a segment PM which is perpendicular to the x-axis and it touches or intersects the x-axis at point M. Next, from P, we again draw a segment perpendicular to the y-axis which intersects or touches the y-axis at point N. So, we have two segments here, PM which towards the x-axis and PN towards the y-axis. Coordinate of point M on x-axis is 2. And coordinate of point N on y-axis is 3. So, you all see here, when we draw this perpendicular segment on x-axis PM, it touches the x-axis at this point 2. So, the coordinate here is 2 of point M. Similarly, when we draw the segment PN perpendicular to y-axis, it touches the y-axis at point 3. Therefore, the x-coordinate of P is 2 and the y-coordinate of P is 3. Since it touches the x-axis at 2, the x-coordinate is 2, and since it touches or intersects the y-axis at 3, the y-coordinate is 3. The convention for describing the position of any point is to always mention the x-coordinate first and then the y coordinate. According to this convection, the order of the coordinate of point P is decided as 2, 3. So the convection that we always follow to name the point is always write the x coordinate first and then the y coordinate. So we have point P as 2, 3. 2 is the x coordinate and 3 is the y coordinate. The position of point P in brief is described by the pair 2, 3. The order of numbers in the pair 2, 3 is important. That is, the convection here is important. Such pair of number is called as an ordered pair. So if you write 3, 2, it will not be considered as an ordered pair since it does not follow the convection. Now, to describe the position of point Q, so we have another point Q here, as you all can see. Now, how do we find the position of point Q? We first draw a segment QS perpendicular to x-axis and a segment QR perpendicular to y-axis. So from point Q, we draw first segment that is perpendicular or towards the x-axis which intersects the x-axis at a certain point. So this segment QS is perpendicular to x-axis at point -3. We draw another segment QR which is perpendicular to the y-axis at point 2. The coordinate of point Q on x-axis is -3 and the coordinate of point Q on y-axis is 2. So since segment QS intersects or touches the x-axis at point -3, its coordinate on x-axis is -3 and similarly its coordinate on y-axis is 2. Hence the coordinates of point Q are -3, 2. That is, the x coordinate is -3 and the y coordinate is 2. So that's how we locate the position of point Q. Now let us have a look at this example. Write the coordinates of points E, F, G and T in the figure below. So we have been given 4 points here and we have to write the coordinates. Now how do we find the coordinates? First, let us consider point E. So in order to locate the position of point E or to find the coordinates, from point E we draw a line that is perpendicular to the x-axis. This line intersects the x-axis at point 2. Therefore its x coordinate is 2. Then from point E we draw another segment that is perpendicular to y-axis. And this segment intersects the y-axis or touches the y-axis at point 1. Therefore, its y coordinate is 1. So these are the two coordinates of point E. That is 2, which is the x coordinate, and 1, which is the y coordinates. Similarly, let us have a look at point F. So in order to find the coordinates of point F, we draw first segment that is perpendicular to x-axis. So from F, we draw our first segment perpendicular to x-axis and it intersects the x-axis at point -3. So this is our x coordinate of point F. Now we draw another perpendicular line towards the y-axis and this intersects at point 3. So our y coordinate of point F is 3. So what are the two coordinates of point F? -3 and 3. Now let us see point G. So in order to find the x coordinate of point G, we draw a perpendicular line from G on the x-axis, and this perpendicular segment, it intersects the x-axis at point -4. So this is our x coordinate of point G. Similarly, to find its y coordinate, we draw a perpendicular line from G on the y-axis. So this is our point 2 here and it is the y coordinate of point G. So the two coordinates of point G are -4 and -2. Lastly, we have point T. So similarly, in order to find the x coordinate of T, we draw a line perpendicular towards x-axis and it intersects the x-axis at point 3. Therefore, the x-coordinate is 3 of point T. And in order to find the y-coordinate, we draw a line perpendicular from T on the y-axis. It intersects the y-axis at point -1. Therefore, the y-coordinate of point T is -1. So, the two coordinates of point T are 3, -1. And if you all observe, we have followed the convection here. We have always written the x-coordinate first and then the y-coordinate. Now, after discussing the points on a plane, we will discuss the coordinates of points on the axis. So, let us see what is it. The x-coordinate of point M is its distance from the y-axis. So, in this figure, we have this point M here, if you all see. So, the x-coordinate of point M determines its distance from the y-axis. So, what is the x-coordinate here? 3, right? So, that is, it is its distance from the y-axis, how far it lies from the y-axis. The distance of point M from the x-axis is 0. And from the x-axis, if you all see, its distance is 0 from here till here. Hence, the y-coordinate of M is 0. Thus, the coordinates of point M on the x-axis are 3, 0. So, this is how you determine the position of a point when it lies on an axis. Now, let us look for the y-axis. The y-coordinate of point N on the y-axis is 4 unit. So, the y-coordinate of point N here on the y-axis is 4 units. That is, its distance from the x-axis is 4 units. Whereas, its x-coordinate is 0 because its distance from the y-axis is 0, right? So, from y-axis, its distance is 0 units. Hence, the coordinates of point N on the y-axis are 0, 4. So, this is how you determine the position of a point on the y-axis. Remember, for a point on the axis, this is the way we follow. And for the position of the point on a plane, we discussed it earlier. Now, O is the origin on the x-axis as well as on the y-axis. Hence, its distance from the x-axis and the y-axis is 0. So, you all see this point O we have here, it is the origin and it lies on both the axes. It is also the intersection point. So, it is on the x-axis as well as on the y-axis. And its coordinates are 0, 0. One and only one pair of coordinates, that is ordered pair, is associated with every point in a plane. So, let us have a look at this example. In which quadrant or in which axis are the points given below? So, we've been given certain points and as discussed, we have to locate in which quadrant do these points lie or on which axis do these points lie. Also, we discussed the signs of the 4 quadrants. We have all the positive numbers, that is plus plus in the first quadrant. Then we have minus plus numbers in the second quadrant. Then we have minus minus in the third quadrant. And in the fourth quadrant, we have plus minus. So, on the basis, let us find out. Consider the point A, which is 5, 7. The x-coordinate of A is 5, 7. It is positive and the y-coordinate is also positive. Therefore, point A is in the first quadrant. Next we have point B, minus 6, 4. The x-coordinate of B is minus 6, that is negative, and the y-coordinate is 4, that is positive. So, when a number or when a point has a negative number first, that is negative as a x-coordinate, and positive number as a y-coordinate, it always lies in the second quadrant. Our third point is C, 4, -7. The x coordinate of 4 is positive and the y coordinate of 4 of C is -7. So when we have plus minus, it always lies in the fourth quadrant. Our point D has point x coordinate as -8 and y coordinate as -7. So when we have two negative numbers together or two negative coordinates together, it always lies in the third quadrant. So point D lies in the third quadrant. Next point is P, -3, 0. So since its x coordinate is -3 and its y coordinate is 0, this point lies on the x-axis. That is, its distance from the y-axis is -3 and its distance from the x-axis is 0 units. Next and last is point Q, 0, 8. So the x-coordinate of point Q is 0 and the y-coordinate of point Q is 8. That is, its distance from the x-axis is 8 units and its distance from the y-axis is 0 units. Therefore, it lies on the y-axis. Now lastly, let us have a look at how do we plot the points of a given coordinates. So in order to do that, we have certain steps to be followed. Suppose we have to plot these 2 points given here, point P with coordinates 4 and 3 and point Q with coordinates -2 and 2. So the first step that we do is draw x-axis and y-axis on the plane and show the origin. So this square is our plane and we first draw the x-axis, that is the horizontal line, and the y-axis, that is the vertical line which is perpendicular to the x-axis, and we also mark our origin, that is 0, 0 of point O. To find the point P, 4, 3, draw a line parallel to x-axis through the point on the x-axis which represents number 4. So in order to find the point P, first we draw a line which passes, since we have been given our first x coordinate of P as 4, we will draw a line from the x-axis at point 4 which is parallel to the y-axis. So we draw this line from 4 towards upside and we have to make sure it's parallel to the y-axis. So you draw this line and you extend it. And then next we draw another line from y-axis, that is from point 3, and this line has to be parallel to the x-axis. Since we have been given the y coordinate as point 3, so from point 3 on the y-axis we draw another parallel line towards the x-axis. The point of intersection of these two parallel lines, that is one line parallel to x-axis and the other line parallel to y-axis, is point P, 4, 3. So once we draw these two lines, we get a point of intersection, that is here. Now this is the position of our point P with coordinates 4, 3. Right? Now, can you all tell me in which quadrant does this lie? We have 4 quadrants. Quadrant 1, 2, 3 and 4. So we always name it anti-clockwise. So it begins from here and it ends here. So this point lies in the first quadrant, that is, a point P lies in the first quadrant. In the same way, if we have to plot point Q with the x coordinate as -2 and the y coordinate as 2, what do we do? So let us see. In order to first locate the x coordinate of point Q, which is given to be -2. So from point -2 on the x-axis, we draw a parallel line that is parallel to y-axis and we extend it. Then, since the y coordinate is given to be 2, on the y-axis we take the point 2, that is a positive 2, and we draw a line parallel and we extend it, and this line is parallel to the x-axis. the point of intersection of the two parallel lines, that is, one is parallel to x-axis and the other is parallel to y-axis, is the position of point Q, that is -2, 2. In the same manner, we locate the position, or we plot the point R. So R is given to be here, it is 3, -1, right? So our x coordinate is 3. So from the x-axis, we draw a line that is parallel to the y-axis, and from y-axis, since our y coordinate is -1, so we find the point -1 on the y-axis, and we draw a line that is parallel to the x-axis, and the intersection of the 2 points of the 2 parallel lines is the point R with coordinates 3, -1. And the point Q lies in the second quadrant and the point R lies in the fourth quadrant. So this is how we use, or these are the steps that are to be followed to plot the points of a given coordinates. So let us have a look at this example. In which quadrants or on which axis are the points given below? So our first point is 5, 3. Since we have both the coordinates as positive values, it lies in the first quadrant. The second point is -2, 4. Now, the x coordinate is a negative number and the y coordinate is a positive number. Therefore, it lies in the second quadrant. Next is 2, -5. Here again, the first number, or the x coordinate, is a positive number and the y coordinate is a negative number. Therefore, it lies in the fourth quadrant. Next point we have 0, -4. So, how do we decide on which axis does it lie, or in which quadrant does it lie? So, since its distance from the x-axis is 4 units and its distance from the y-axis is 0 units, it lies on the x-axis. Similarly, we have the next point, that is -3, 0, which means its distance from the y-axis is -3 units and its distance from the x-axis is 0 units. Therefore, this point lies on the y-axis. Next point we have -2, -2.5. Since we have both the coordinate as negative numbers, this point lies in the third quadrant. Next point is 5, 3.5. Again, we have both the coordinates as positive numbers. So both positive numbers always lie in the first quadrant. Next point is -3.5, 1.5. Since we have the first, or the x coordinate, as -3.5, that is a negative number, and the y coordinate as a positive number, this point lies in the second quadrant. Next point is 0, -4. That is, its distance from the y-axis is 0 units and its distance from the x-axis is -4 units. Therefore, this point 0, -4 lies on the y-axis. And the last point is 2, -4, which means we have the x coordinate as a positive value and the y coordinate as a negative value. So when this is the case, that is plus minus, the point lies in the fourth quadrant. So let us quickly recap what all we discussed in today's session. The location of a point can be fully described using its distances from the two mutually perpendicular lines. The x and y axis divide the plane into 4 parts, each of which is called as a quadrant. These quadrants are always numbered anti-clockwise direction. The first quadrant has positive numbers. Both positive numbers, that is the x coordinate and y coordinate, will be positive. In case of second quadrant, the x coordinate will be negative and the y coordinate will be positive. In case of a third quadrant, both the coordinates will be negative, and in case of fourth quadrant, the x coordinate will be positive and the y coordinate will be negative. The points on the axis are not included in the quadrants. The convention for describing the position of a point is to mention the x coordinate first and then the y coordinate. always. One and only one pair of coordinates, that is ordered pair, is associated with every point in a plane. And the steps for plotting the points, the three major steps are: first, to draw the x-axis and the y-axis on the plane and show the origin. So we draw the x-axis perpendicular to the y-axis. To find a point P, draw a line parallel to the y-axis through a point on the x-axis which represents the number A. Through the point on y-axis which represents the number B, draw a line parallel to x-axis. The point of intersection of these two parallel lines, that is to the y-axis and x-axis respectively, is the point B with coordinates A, B. So that's it for this video. I will catch you in the next one. Happy learning!